Hey, Nicole here. So we're going to talk about the Cancer archetype now. All right. So Cancer this is a water sign. These people are ruled by their emotional nature. It's also a cardinal sign. Now, it's interesting. Remember, the cardinal signs are those signs that initiate things. They start new things. And combining that quality with water sign, the element of water, it creates sort of I don't know, the two things don't mesh, they don't blend very well. So, but what you see many times with Cancer people is emotionally, they have this ability to, they're bold with their emotions. They're led through their emotions, okay? And it's almost more like an introverted emotional type of a nature or an introverted feeling nature, to use like Myers-Briggs terminology. They understand how they feel in situations, okay? And they're very tuned into their emotional nature, their emotional feelings in a situation. Now, when you think of Cancer, I want you to think of the womb, okay? Cancer is ruled by the moon, which is the female, the mother. Cancer itself is the mother, the nurturer. But Cancer is also like the child in the womb, okay? So Cancers are these people who not only like the womb, like to grow nurture other human beings or nurture ideas and projects and businesses. There are a lot of Cancers in business, actually. Or they like to have an idea, something that's a passion, that's their pet project, it's their baby, okay, that they're growing and working on. But they're going to approach these things from a place of emotion. It's going to be something that they value, and that's what drives them to do whatever it is that they do with their life focus. Now, also, though, Cancer energy is, because of this, sensitivity to their own emotions, they also can have a tendency to avoid or withdraw in situations where they've been hurt or where they sense that they're going to be hurt. Cancer's ruled by the moon, and the moon traditionally, you think of like werewolves and people going crazy during the full moon, and insane asylums having higher rates of incidences during full moons, or supposedly more babies being born during the full moon, this kind of thing. Okay, so if the moon really does have a physical effect on our bodies, we know obviously it affects the tides of the ocean, which is La Mer, which is also Cancer, which is also the moon. They're all tied together, the symbolisms. But perhaps also then, it can affect our emotions. Maybe the moon, because it is this heavenly body that's so close to our Earth, perhaps it does have some sort of a pull on our emotional nature. I don't know. The Earth is 70% water. We're 70% water. I know I'm not really using good science or good math, but anyway, as an archetype, metaphorically, as above, so below, law of correspondence, speaking from that place, we can see the moon's always changing, right? It's always changing. It's never sitting still. It's always changing through its different phases, waxing and waning, all that. So this is how a Cancer's nature is. They're very much people who are cyclical, okay? Some Cancers, if it's an unhealthy Cancer, they can even present as somebody who's hypomanic to hypermanic, bipolar in a way. And obviously that's somebody who's unhealthy, and not saying that everybody who has bipolar is Cancer, or that all Cancers are bipolar. But you know what I'm saying? There's a cyclical nature to their emotions. And Cancers need to withdraw. They need to have a little cozy space in their life, whether it's a literal bedroom, a literal room of her own, a place they can go to get away from, to decompress. The crab in its shell. I think a turtle would be a better animal for Cancer, because it's like plodding along, and then it's got its house with it, because that's Cancer rules the house. And then when it's scared, it puts its head inside its feet, and it's like, woo. But it's still kind of peeking out, and then it comes back out. That's kind of like a Cancer. See, Cancers aren't like the pinchy crab thing. I don't really think of Cancers as being, they're not going to like typically, they're more passive aggressive than anything. More than anything, they would play dead. You would just think, oh my gosh, my Cancer has died on me, before you would, like a turtle. Or what are those one animals that just fall over and they play dead, and then, yeah, okay, like that. So that could be a Cancer thing. So this is somebody who's got Cancer sun, moon, or rising. When you're in a situation where you feel emotionally threatened, or things feel overwhelming to you, especially depending on the rest of your chart, you are going to withdraw. You're going to pull back, and you're going to imagine that some injustice has been maybe done to you, or that it's going to be done to you, and so then you're going to withdraw to protect yourself. It's a defense mechanism. Okay, so there's that part of Cancer. Now also, high side, Cancers are nurturing. This is a nurturing, sensitive sign. They don't like to see other people in pain. That includes a lot of Cancers love animals, and they love plants and gardening and growing things that are alive. They like to see things being nurtured and going through stages of growth and becoming better and stronger. That's something that they would like to take a part in and be the caretaker of. So you'll see Cancer men, they like to protect. They like to provide for the women in their lives and the children in their lives. They like to provide home for them, safety. They like to provide the money necessary to buy the food for these things, okay? If a Cancer man is not able to provide for his family, many times he really suffers emotionally, and in a different way, more so than some of the other signs. And like I said, many Cancer men that I've seen, they're very successful because of that fear of being in a place where they cannot provide for and take care of their family. Now, Cancer females, they are going to be the types where they're very sensitive, quite feminine, emotional, very watery, receptive, and dictated. Their emotions can be volatile, you know, if they're not totally healthy. But their emotions definitely are up and down. They're like the classic female, what a woman really is. And on its high side, its high expression is a very beautiful thing. These are affectionate, nurturing, caring, flies in the summertime, caring individuals who know how to recognize somebody's needs and take care of them, okay? This is the mother archetype, so they know how to be in that place of, you know, where they're mothering people. Now, on the shadow side, Cancer types can also be, as I said, a little bit paranoid, or as can most of the water signs actually, or they can imagine injury when there hasn't been intended injury, but they sense that it was injurious, I guess. So these things can happen with Cancer, and there can be a withdrawal from, sometimes Cancers, typically they're quite ambitious because they're cardinal signs, but sometimes they can kind of withdraw from life. They can kind of give up before they really needed to give up, okay? Now, also Cancers are, especially Cancer moons, quite nostalgic and sentimental. Cancer moons, typically, if you're, whether you're male or female, you typically love and remain either friends with, or you just hold a nice warm spot in your heart for all the people that you've loved romantically throughout your life. Cancer moons also have the ability to remember really distinct details from your childhood, like, you know, sitting with grandma while she baked cookies, but very different than other people where, you know, I have these memories too. I'm an Aries moon, but I'm just like, yeah, the cookies tasted good, or yeah, my hair got stuck in the beater, so my mom was making cookies, whatever. Like, the Cancer is going to sort of romanticize and make these memories more nostalgic, you know, and sort of beautiful. And because home for a Cancer is a huge part of their psyche, feeling at home in the world. So Cancer who's had a hard childhood, this is very, very damaging to the Cancer psyche. It's something that their whole life they will struggle to overcome, more so than many of the other signs. Cancers will have a hard time accepting love from other people and getting to that place where they can be vulnerable to open up, to let somebody else in to love them if they were hurt as a child. Okay, that wound will stay with them. It'll take a very patient partner and somebody who's very steady and reliable to get them to open up and be accepting of love. So, all right, that being said, Cancers, they're wonderful. We love you guys. They're the caretakers and the nurturers and the ones that are the sensitives and the intuitives and the psychics. So anyway, if you have questions, post them below and we'll chat about Cancers, okay?